If you love crafts that look high-end but don't take all day, you are going to love this month's Heart of Paris Club Couture kit. Hey everybody, it's Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. Welcome to the Common Canvas YouTube collaboration hosted by Jeannie's Palette. This month, this week, this collab, I am showing you how I used the Chalk Couture May Club Couture kit, say that 3 times fast, to make these adorable little tags using the Heart of Paris transfer. These have junk journal vibes written all over them, and I love them so very much. The link to the whole entire playlist is in the video description, as well as information on how you can get your hands on this kit. You know what to do. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to get notified when I post more videos. Share this video out with any crafty friends that you think might enjoy it. And more than anything, have fun, enjoy the content, and come back and see us next time. Have a great night, everybody. So let's do what we're really here for. I feel like it's very dark. Is it dark to you all? Let's turn on these other lights. That's a little bit better. I got a little bit of a glare there. Let's see if I can get out of there. So this is the May. No, this is the April. What? I'm confused. Hold on. I thought this was May. So if this is April, what's May? Y'all think I would know? Should know, right? Because apparently I saved everything wrong. That's April. This is the April Club project. Okay, so the Sweeter by the pound, it says June. You all, this is so bad. Hold on a second here. Because we get emails. May. Okay, there's the assets. Let me see. Yeah, this says May. Okay, hold on. Here's where we can find out. Let me go to website Club Couture. What is listed as the project? Heat of Paris, May. Okay. Now, I don't know if that happened because it was delayed. As I'm thinking about this, there have been some production delays on some of these club assets, which might be why this is marked. This is May, even though it says April. It might have had to do some switching around. It doesn't matter. This is the current club kit. And it is called Heart of Paris. And it's so cool. You all know I love these little crowns. Got a key and the bicycle and this little shoe. And you've got like a table setting and your Eiffel Tower and your postage stamp. All kinds of very fun junk journaling elements in this. And it comes with these chalk suede tags, which are really cool. These would be really cool for junk journaling, even if you didn't use the transfer on them, but used other stuff on them. Also, layering on these would be really neat. You know, you could do some sort of background transfer on it, let it dry, use your surface wax, and then add something from, you know, one of these on there. That would be really cool. And then you've got your, you know, you get twine with it. but obviously I think I would use like ribbon or something. And then you get some nominee, espresso, and eucalyptus paste. So I got out my nominee, espresso, ash, and the sea glass, which came out with the spring release. That was an en vogue color. So we're just going to play around and put some of these designs on some of these tags just to see what they look like. And while we're doing that, I want to talk about the possibility of a summer camp. So I was in a coaching call last night with my business coach in our group, and we were talking about potential summer kinds of events. I'm not going to wax this with these chalk suede tags. You don't really need to do that. They're coated. If anybody remembers the chalk suede paper or the chalk suede cards, you have that coating on there that makes it easier to get the stuff off of here, pull the transfer off. And I'm going to do like multiple pieces of it on different tags, so you get kind of that jumbled look there. I'm going to start with nominee. So anyway, we were talking about different kinds of course offerings, workshops, those kinds of things that we could do with our people in the summer. And that got me thinking about like a mini crafting summer camp that we would run inside the group. I was thinking 3 or 4 sessions. So, 3, maybe 4 projects. If we did 3, but 4 sessions, it would be a project that would like carry over. And things where you bought like basic core supplies from me. So like I would put together a little summer camp kit for us. And then you would supplement. We would have a little bit of chalk, a little bit of paper crafting, a little bit of like randomness that I, kind of come up with. I would do them live in the group, but then obviously record them so that you would have access to them afterwards. Or, if you had to miss a session or something like that. So anyway, just let me know in the group if there's interest. Because obviously if I'm going to pull off something like that, I kind of need to think about it and get it together here soon. This would be a mid to late July to mid-August kind of thing. Maybe not every week, but every other week. So let me know if there would be any interest in that. And I might start just thinking about like if we were to do this, what kind of projects would we do? So I can share that into the group so you all can kind of think about that too. Oh yeah, these are super cool. Probably should have fuzzed the transfer first. Oops. Even with the surface wax, that would have been important. It's a little late now, but that's okay. It's all right. It's fine. How cool is that, guys? That's neat. And then you could make these double-sided, decoupage on one side, and then chalk on top of that. Oh, there's so many ideas for this. How cool is that? Okay, this is much cooler than I thought it would be. Like, I loved the transfer, but I will be honest, I was a little meh about the surface. I was like, really, that's like the best thing we could come up with. But that happens to me sometimes. Like I will see, and it's usually only with the club projects. I'll see it and I'll be kind of like half-hearted about it. I mean, I'll still, I'm subscribed, so I get it. This is one I did not order early. Honestly, the same with the June one. I don't think I opted into early ordering for that one. Of course, now that I see, like the promo pictures of it, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. But I opt in early for some of them and order them early so that I can like craft with it for you all before the month starts. And so that if it's something that you see and you think you would like, then, you can go ahead and get subscribed. These are still available. So you can still, oh, I don't want that number 4 on there. You can still join Club for May and get this kit, and then you'll be all set for June. You do sign up for 3 months at a time, and then you can cancel after that. And these are exclusive. So you have to be a club member to get these, or a designer. Designers have the option to purchase a club kit separate from a subscription after the club shipments and stuff have already gone out. So if there is excess of a club kit for whatever reason, then designers do have the option to buy that. But these do not get sold retail. Every once in a blue moon, if they have, let's say, for whatever reason, excess transfers or excess surfaces, because a lot of times, sometimes they might have to replace something. If a surface gets damaged, but the transfer's fine, they'll just replace the surface, so they'll have that extra transfer, that sort of thing. Then they might put those things up for sale for retail. Last year, one of the holiday promos was that new club members could get mystery kits of previous club transfers. So that was fun. And then they did actually make that available to existing club members as well. I think new club members might have gotten it at a deeper discount, or maybe have even gotten one mystery kit for free or something like that. And then existing club members were able to buy those mystery kits as well and get those extra transfers. So that's kind of cool, because then you can get transfers that maybe you didn't get because they were from before you joined. Oh, you guys, I'm really liking these. These would be very cool actual ornaments. If you had that kind of motif for Christmas, for a tree or something like that, these would actually be really cool. So yeah, I am 100% liking these. Look how cool those are. And again, like if you junk journal and this is your vibe, for your junk journals, these would be really cool. All right, let's see. What other piece? I want to see what the sea glass looks like on this surface. And I did not bring any water down here with me, so once we get finished with this here, I can't dilly-dally. This is making me want to talk with an accent, because I'll need to get upstairs and get this transfer washed before my meeting starts. I'm trying to get this where I'm not going to get any nominee on it. Not the end of the world if I do, because we're just playing around. But that's very cool. Okay, do that. I definitely think the nominee and the ash give it that nice vintagey look. see what this sea glass looks like. I'm going to get a different transfer out for this one, or a different squeegee out for this one. You know, lighter colors are always a bit of a mystery to me in terms of how they're going to show up on lighter surfaces. And I like how it looks having put these where I'm not trying to get all of one design on them, and we're getting a little bit of everything. I like that look. I did see somebody, and I might have to do this. They put this on a t-shirt, and it looked really cool. They just put the whole design as it was on a t-shirt, and then also that little shoe and that little whatever diamond shaped thing that is on a t-shirt, kind of, you know, center of the chest, or, you know, like right on the breastbone. So you just get that smaller design in the middle. I was like, ooh, I like that too. So I might have to do that. If nothing else, for myself. All right, let's see how well this sea glass is going to show up. Nice and easy. Kind of hard to rock it back and forth when I'm working with the whole entire transfer all at once, especially when I have paste on it in various places. But if you ever have a transfer that you're having a hard time getting up, you can just rock it back and forth. That way you're not stretching it out, and it just helps. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like how that showed up. That's also a very good vintagey color. Now, if you wanted to get super fancy, you could do a paste and peel with this. Highly recommend fuzzing the transfer really well before you do that. And you know, use your nominee. They did espresso, which I did not. Oh, I did get my espresso paste out. So let's do one in espresso just to see what that looks like. But you know, you could do a paste and peel with this and pull all of those colors in, which would be nice if you were putting this on a tree or something like that, to have one. So let's say you did, you know, 4 of these or something like that in distinct colors. And then you have one that you use all of the colors on, either as a hot mess or in a paste and peel, and, you know, kind of ties everything together. That would be really cool. All right. Let's see, just so you all can see what the espresso looks like, because that's what comes with the kit. Let's come over here and get one more tag, and we're gonna lift this up and come over. We're gonna get a little bit of that bike and a little bit of the word Paris, and I think that means we're gonna have a little bit of the Eiffel Tower there too. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Okay. I do like our espresso paste. That is getting a little dried out. I think it'll be okay for now, but I'll need to take some. If you have paste that is drying out, ooh, that is dried out. I think I am I think it's a little too late for me to try to water that down, because if I delay any, that's going to get dried out more than it already is. If you have paste that's drying out, you can take some distilled water. Only use distilled water. Do not use tap water. And mix it in with your paste a little bit. Do it a little bit at a time. I use a spray bottle. I'll do 2 or 3 sprays. I'll mix it, see how it is. 2 or 3 more sprays, mix it. If you do too much, you're going to water it down too much, and then you can't kind of get it back. So a little bit at a time. You want your pastes and inks to have kind of like a yogurt consistency, a little bit thinner than that if you're going to use the paste for watercolor or for painting. I don't use my paste to paint, really. It takes too much paste. Okay. So come over here. Now I may get a little bit of lift here because this paste was dry anyway, and so now it's going to dry a little more as I lift this up. And I can't really, have to be careful where I grab hold of the transfer. At least attempting not to get paste all over my fingers, because then I get paste all over everything else. I don't care about getting paste on my fingers, but invariably when that happens, I touch something not realizing I have paste all over my fingers, and then lo and behold, we have mess. Okay. See, like that, I got paste on my finger. Got it right there. And that's the espresso. I like that too. I like how that looks too. That's really cool. Okay, let me get the transfer out of the way, and then we're gonna line up all of our designs. And then this one, okay, you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. So number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. I would have to say right now it's either one of these. And probably for me it's going to be this one because the crown, I have a thing about crowns. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you can. That's it. Have a great day, you all.